Now my attack was coming over at the same time he moved his troopers here that you see on the map. This is where we encountered them. But he probably wasn't really suspecting anything. Oh, he was. He's retreating. Everybody on the ramp. He knows the attack is coming. His Widow Mines did a great job. He doesn't really know where to place them now. It looks like my attack has came, but he's not watching. Now he saw. Okay. I tried to move troops on the ramp because everybody got stuck. But while they were moving, they were constantly being stopped from this firepower right there. I didn't have a lot, but it was definitely enough. And that's it. His defenses were done. However, he decided to move out with one of his command centers. He's moving out. And only the Widow Mines are there. Besides a bunch of SUVs that got left out. He builds 2 command centers. One in the northwest and one in the southeast. Well, let's say he builds them in place. That's it, he has nothing here besides some vision from these Widow Mines. That are obviously going to deal a great deal of damage. He's probably going to send those Widow Mines back home. We're still looking through the player's camera right there. He knows things are bad. He lost one of the command centers. I didn't know that he lost that command center there. But he has money. Look at that command center. In the south. So he has still reasonably a lot of money, and he's moving everything he has to the north, and he's going to stay here up until the very end. So more or less he's doomed, right? There's nothing much he could do. But he's obviously still trying to play it out. He's doing the good old starter from SUVs only, with a couple of Widow Mines protecting him. It looks like he decided that he would lose his command center, so he's moving. moving out from these positions. However, the attack that he's expecting is not coming. He's just watching all over the place. Just to remind you, this recording is 2 times faster right now. So because there was a lot of stillness. So he doesn't really know what to do, right? Soon I'm gonna spend some creep. He noticed that the creep is climbing up the stairs. He knows things are not gonna be good. And my troops are surrounding him, but they're not rushing his positions. He's not trying to scout anything. He's a little lost. He's not mining, but he has the money. So what he's doing, checking out who's out there, and it looks like he can't run away with his SUVs. So he's trapped. He knows he's trapped. I'm building static defense all over the place. But he's not doing much. Expecting an attack from another side. We'll sacrifice one of these now. He is trying to figure out what is this? What kind of situation we're at? Look at that building right there. That was an interesting building. It reminds me other games, such as like Warcraft. Look at that. I've sent 3 of these units into his base, and he has 3 widow mines. We just had a chat. I encouraged him to build that and told him that he has been surrounded. At some point he will start to build up, but he didn't took the bait as quickly as I thought he was. This creep, as you can see, is spreading even further. Later I even increased the spread of the creep, but after a while I decided to get rid of the creep so that he could build more buildings, because it would be game over if he couldn't build any buildings. However, the situation was putting him in a position where the game was over anyway. He only could do just enough damage. As you can see, he's waiting for something. And he was waiting for something for some time. He doesn't know what to do. He asks me to surrender for some reason. Then he says that the game will take a long time. Now he knows that I built some static defense all over the place. He cannot escape. But now he is gonna go with the builder. So I'm gonna go with 4 times faster speed, and let's see how he builds up in this very, very bad situation. The creep is spreading even further. And so I'm not attacking him. Things are not looking that bad for him. He's building mostly widow mines. Well, they are very effective. And for as long as I'm not using any kind of units that would reveal them, they are unstoppable for some time. Almost unstoppable. Now this is where he's gonna lose some of his ability to build buildings, I mean. However, later on, as you can see, I destroy those worms. He already has tanks, couple of marines, but I'm not attacking. After a while, I will start to engage him, and that's exactly what's happening now. I'm sending troops one by one. His tanks are behind mineral lines, as we have scouted at some point. And there's no more creep, so he can freely build up the buildings that he needs to reach other units. This is what Terran is good at, really, is going into a defensive mode with its siege tanks, marauders and healing. His widow mines and tanks have done a really good job there. And that's it. I'm starting to send some more units, but soon he is going to try and engage. He knows from which side I'm attacking, and he's sending more and more widow mines to that side. It looks like these tanks won't be using that mineral line as the defensive fence after all. As you can see, the splash damage from the tanks was hitting the mines too. Now he was moving the tanks forward. I was sending a small batches to get rid of my troops or hinder his, and build myself an army of liquid. Now it's really good for him the way he's set up to defend against units that are far away, but not units that are close by, because as you could see, the tanks and the widow mines have hit in the middle of his troop formations, killing maybe 60%, 80% of them in a couple of hits. So he lost almost his entire force to splash damage. He's still building widow mines. But he soon should start to move out and be hit by a lot of lings. This is what he's doing now. He's moving out. He's moving out, and he'll start to hit my static defense. We'll try to push out a little bit. That's because he won't be having that many resources after all. The only problem that he's facing right now concerning his army is the splash damage. If units get close enough, they will kill each other. And so I'll help him to take this out. Dropped some more of my units so that I could free up supply. And as you can see, my lings are almost completely finished. I should be sending a lot of lings against him soon enough. And it looks like the first lings are there. His position is being overrun. The lings are all over the place. He only has 3 supply. He's only left with the barracks. And that barracks was there up until the end, and it burned down. I have sent a bunch of my workers to deal with it, and they did, in fact, at the very end, destroy the barracks.